we doing tonight? Good. My first time here. You guys are like, we know. So I'm married. My wife and I have 2 kids. Technically, there's 3 kids because my wife says I'm one of them. But I usually just tell people 2. I don't have to bust out a Venn diagram and explain it. So I wanted to talk about differences between men and women tonight. These are just my thoughts, maybe my experiences with my wife and I, so don't get mad at me or anything. Don't run me down in the parking lot, because then I'll just have even more jokes about how I think women are bad drivers. Or jokes about how men are bad drivers, depending who runs me over. So men and women are different. Women generally are cleaner than men, I think. I think so. If a woman has someone coming over to their house, they'll spend hours cleaning the house, getting everything all nice and ready, smelling good. They want to make a good impression. Men, on the other hand, we generally avoid cleaning things. And if I have to spend hours cleaning before you come over to my house, you are no friend of mine. A real friend loves me for the slob I am. Decisions, men and women, we're different about how we make decisions. Women, I feel like, sometimes have a hard time making a decision. They can't make up their mind. They want to have the best possible choice for everyone. They want to consider everyone's feelings. And so sometimes it takes them a while. Men, on the other hand, we have no problem making decisions. We just pick the first bad one that comes to mind and stick with it.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Listening. Women say that men don't listen. I hear that all the time, My husband doesn't listen. My wife says that too. I didn't really catch all of it, but she says that about me too. I just got to set the record straight. I think men, we do listen. We just don't always care what the other person has to say. So men and women, we're different when we get sick. When a woman gets sick, us men, we take care of them. We get all this credit for being so sweet and nice, when in reality, it was very little effort what we did, even for a man's standard. I mean, I went out of the house to Tropical Smoothie Cafe just to get out of the house for myself and get myself some food. And as an afterthought, I picked her up a smoothie on the way back. Got all this credit for it. On the other hand, when men are sick, women just coddle us because they're tired of us whining like children. Secrets. If you want someone to keep a secret, tell a man. Odds are we aren't listening anyways and don't care to repeat it. If you want the whole world to know something, tell a woman and swear her to secrecy. You promise you won't tell anyone, but this isn't Judy's first marriage. Well, of course, if you tell them like that, they're going to go tell someone else, They're thinking, well, they weren't supposed to tell me. As long as I do some useless disclaimer, I could tell as many people as I want. Whereas you just tell a man, hey, I think that Judy lady was married before. Okay. Good. No one cares, Applied for a couple jobs over the past couple of years, Something you got to do, I guess. I don't know. And I always hate how they make you feel, no matter what you do, you have no shot at getting the job. Like, you feel like it would be more likely to walk into the DMV on a Saturday and there'd be no line there. Lines 1 through 37 are open. Guess everyone's mowing their lawns and swimming today. That never happens, right? And sometimes the questions they ask you in job interviews makes it seem like you getting the job is never going to happen. Why should we hire you? What do you have over all these other candidates? What makes you special? I like to think about how I could respond to these questions. When they ask a question like, why do you think you'd be a good fit at our company? Well, I'm an average worker, and this is an average company. I thought we'd be a good fit. Or they'll say, what interested you in our company? What interested me was that you guys called me back. I would have interviewed somewhere else, but no one else called me back, so I'm stuck here. Or they'll have some scenario question. Tell me about a time when you had a coworker who was difficult to get along with, and how did you handle the situation? Well, this one time, I had a coworker named Toby. Toby was hard to get along with. He was always following the rules and stuff. So I spread some false rumors around the office and got him fired. So, what made you decide to leave your last job? Well, I left my last job because they fired me. They eventually found out what I did to Toby. You know, and then they'll ask, this question seems weird to me. What's your greatest weakness? Thought you weren't supposed to tell people that. That's what got Samson in trouble with Delilah. I don't even think Superman's comfortable Facebook blasting, if you want to kill me, look into kryptonite. So I don't want to tell people my greatest weakness, that I'm allergic to multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. You laugh, but that could kill me. But then I don't want to say something lame as my greatest weakness. Sometimes I don't always trim my fingernails when I should, or sometimes I don't put my dishes in the sink. Sometimes I'm too much of a perfectionist, but not always. You know, you don't want to say something lame like that, so I give them something practical to worry about in the workplace. Sometimes I have a problem stealing things. You know, if I see my coworker's phone or key, wallet, credit card, social security numbers, I'll take it. I don't discriminate. Customers, too. If I see their stuff, I'll take it. No, don't get me wrong. I have other weaknesses, but that one's my greatest weakness. And then after you answer the interview questions, no matter how you do, whether you do good or bad, wrong or right, they'll say, well, thanks for coming in, but we have lots of other candidates. We'll get back to you with an answer. We're swamped with interviews this week. Why did they got to rub it in? Why did they got to rub it in that they have more applicants than they have positions? I just don't think that's right. You would never talk to that like that to other people in life. You would never be like, well, we've had a nice time at this restaurant, but I need to ask you a few questions, Barbara. Why should I consider dating you over all the other women interested in me? What do you have that they don't? Thanks for your time, Barbara, but I have lots of other women I'm looking into. I'll let you know if you make the top 3, but don't count on it. I'm only one man. I can only do so much. Thanks, guys. It's been great.